The worst point drop in history. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Someone call the FBI. Trump cash versus the Kamala crash. Yeah. Kamala and the markets don't go together. She'll destroy the markets. She's in power now, and look at what's happening. 1 week of the fake media saying better polls, and you get a market crash. Black Monday, futures plummet as VIX hits 62. Japan suffers the worst point drop in history. And I'm not going to pretend to know what all these charts mean. All right, look, it's a lot. NASDAQ futures look not good. That's down and to the right. Here, chip stocks down. That looks not good. Uh-oh, over there. S&P futures. Oh, man, those are in the toilet, too. Just crushing down this morning from zero hedge. Looks like the volatility, VIX, is that what this is? Volatility setters up and to the right. That's not what we want, ideally. Not supposed to go that way. You know, ideally, like, this is normal. Like, whoa. Here's like a little bit. Whoa. Right there, you can see a little excitement. Whoa, calm down, everybody. Calm down. Then all of a sudden, it's like nuclear. Oh, man, that's bad. All right, here's another one. Looks like this relates back to COVID. Oh, okay. So you can see the last time we had a spike like this in this VIX market was back during 2020, like March, right? That was the national emergency, lockdown, COVID, we're all going to die, China virus, don't be racist, all the stuff. So it's right, you know, it's not nearly where it was. We're at about 50 when back at the peak of COVID, it was in the 80. Oh yeah. And 2008, gosh, this is amazing because I was thinking about this myself when I hadn't zoomed in on this, but this is giving me flashbacks to 2008. I remember it was right before I went to law school. I was working construction, doing swimming pools and all that stuff. And it was John McCain, Obama. Remember that? 2007, 2008. And remember that McCain was actually having like a little bit of a comeback a little bit. I think he had just come over in the polls. He brought on Sarah Palin. There was a ton of energy out there. And then we had the economic crashing down. And it was like a catastrophe. I remember it. In construction in particular, everybody was just like done. It was wild. Everything just stopped, like a spigot stopped in about like 3 months. The whole industry came crashing to a halt. And I remember that McCain came down and McCain halted his campaign. Remember that? He actually stopped his campaign. He's like, we have to go back to Washington and stop the economic catastrophe. And everybody goes, what? Obama was like, what are you talking about? Obama was like, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. It's like, what are you not? We're not suspending anything. But it was not ideal. Yeah, not ideal. And it really, I think, created a sense of change. There was a demand for change because of the economy. It was Bush 2007, 2008, things were a wreck, and Obama came in, hope and change, hope and change, hope and change, all, you know, around the merry-go-round, around and around we go. And then look at this, these numbers are kind of peaking right to what we see. And so if this stops, if this, you know, stops and comes back down, you can say, well, maybe it's more relative to some of these other incidents, these other little flare-ups, like in 2018, 17, back here in 11, 12, right? All these other look like little flare-ups here. But if this continues to go up over the next couple days or weeks or whatever, then you might see a spike that's not good. So US futures, they say, are a bloodbath. Whoa. Someone call the FBI. Nobody had it as bad as Japan, whose benchmark, the Nikkei, which I think is like their Dow Jones, had its worst ever daily sell-off on Monday, losing 4,400 points from the previous day. That's their drop-off. Biggest drop ever. Oof. Another red. You can see up and to the right on that one. 3-day change on that one's bad. Here's what it looks like in Japan, US dollar relative to Japan. So the numbers are bad. Cryptocurrencies in the toilet. It's just rough everywhere. Everybody's waking up going, oh no. APAC stocks, you can see here, Asian news, it's FX, fixed income, commodities are down. Everybody, right? It's like red across the board. In fact, this is what CNN was even reporting this morning. They're having their lives flash before their eyes right now over on the Democratic Party, because one of the things that they need to say is that their economy's outstanding. In fact, they've said that many times. Bidenomics, remember? Bidenomics. They just changed that like not long ago, just a few months even before Joe left. They're like, we should probably nix the Bidenomics thing. Okay, it's not working out. Nobody believes us. So stop saying it, Joe. But he really wanted to become like a transformational president like FDR or something, spend tons of money, reform the court, right? It's kind of almost like a template presidency of FDR, if Biden had any say in it in the first place. But the point is, even CNN is realizing this. Remember that also that guy, Lichtman, the keys guy, Alan, is it Lichtman, I think is his name? Alan Lichtman, the keys guy. One of his keys, which I think is a big one, is economic economic certainty, economic improvement. This is not good for them. Here is what CNN is saying.
All right, back to our breaking news right now. We are looking at what's taking place down in Wall Street. The Dow Jones is down about 1,010 points. It's about 2.5%. We've been watching this all morning. The plummet is fueling fears of recession amid a global market meltdown. Tech stocks are driving this nosedive, I should say, as investors are selling off all of those equities, as well as crypto and oil stocks, also contributing to the drop. Friday's disappointing jobs report and an unchanged Fed interest rate.
Yikes, yikes. So even CNN is like hitting it like, yeah, jobs report was pretty bad. Fed's not adjusting the rates. And the jobs report, as we remember, was also bad. I think we saw that on Friday. But what they do is they revise those down anyways. So a bad jobs report was probably like as good as they could possibly make it. They're like, is there anything else that we can, like, was that a job? No, it wasn't a job. I just held the door open for you. That guy just held the door open for you. Yeah, but he was that was like work that he did. No, but he was just like a nice guy. Like, he doesn't have a job. He's just retired. Yeah, but he held the door for me. So add that as a job. Yeah, but he was just do it. All right. So you can see it's just kind of that. And they come out like, oh, okay, we have some jobs that came in. And then he shoves it out in front of everybody. They'll revise it again next time. So CNN is going, oh, this is not good. Now Trump has come out and he's saying, I told you so, morons. He posted a bunch of stuff over on Truth. Trump cash versus the Kamala crash. Yeah. Wasted no time on that. Trump cash versus the Kamala crash. Man, that's good stuff, man. That's like, you to quit OJ on that, you know. Hey, Kamala crash on that one. Trump says, thank you, the greatest president of all time. He says, voters have a choice, all right? Trump prosperity or the Kamala crash and the Great Depression of 2024. Not to mention the probability of World War III, which we'll talk about because that's getting spicy too. These very stupid people remain in office. Remember, Trump was right about everything. Most everything, yeah. Says, of course there is a massive market downturn. Okay, Kamala's the worst, even worse than Crooked Joe. Markets will never accept the radical left lunatic that destroyed San Francisco and California as a whole. Next move, the Great Depression of 2024. You can't play games with markets. Kamala crash. Victor Davis Hansen says, the left has simply swapped out a debilitated president for a challenged president. I know, it's true. Japan down 12%. India's down 6%. Germany's way down also. US really bad. This is a quote from the legendary Howard Lutnick. This is a preview of the world markets without Trump in the White House. None of this happens if Trump is in. Kamala and the markets don't go together. She'll destroy the markets. She's in power now and look at what's happening. 1 week of the fake media saying better polls and you get a market crash. Stock markets are crashing. Jobs numbers are terrible. We are heading to World War III and we have 2 of the most incompetent, quote, leaders in history. This is not good. Things are rough out there. Remember, this is what Kamala said about Bidenomics. Fun one over from Tim Runs His Mouth. Remember this one from Kamala?
That is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics.
Yeah, it is.
We are very proud of Bidenomics.
Good.
That is called
Good. We're glad that you're proud of it. And we can't wait to see a bunch more of that from her. What is responsible for all this? Is it Donald Trump again? Show us where Donald Trump touched you. All right, here's some more over from CNBC. The Dow drops 800, NASDAQ craters 3%. Global market rout. We have live updates here from CNBC. Let's see what the latest is. Ooh, that does not look good. Down 700 points. You can see, oh, look at that opening this morning. Rough. Let me move my fat head out of the way. There it is. You can see, oof, rough. Investors are continuing to sell off. Mega cap tech stocks are also going down. See, this is the problem. We had like those big 7 that everybody was so excited about. Well, stocks are at record highs. No, it was. I mean, yes, with the big tech companies, but if there's going to be a correction on this, it's not going to work out so well. And Nvidia, I remember, just had, I think, a delay. They had like this mega chip coming out and they had a delay for 3 months or something. All these people invested in them. They were going to have this mega super extravaganza chip and they had the delay at 3 months. So everybody's tumbling and it could all bounce back. You know, this is what's so weird about these things. We could, tomorrow morning is back up like another 1,000-point swing in the green. Nvidia tumbled 5% on Monday. Apple cratered nearly more than 3%. And Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway cut its stake in the iPhone maker in half. Ooh. See, that's where you start to see, maybe this is not just kind of jittery traders. It's not just they're waking up in the morning like, oh no, Japan or something, right? It's like, okay, this is probably a little bit more systemic. Warren Buffett's seeing something. Other losers, Tesla's down, Broadcom's down, Super Micro's down, crypto's in the crapper, man. Ugh. But that's okay, man. We've been in this game for a while. So, all right, whatever. It goes up, it goes down. We just stay in. We hodl until the end of time. In Asia overnight, Japan stocks hodl, is that how you say it? Hodl until the end of time. In Asia overnight, Japan stocks confirmed as a bear market, not looking good for them. U.S. Treasury yields tumbled on the recession fears. Bitcoin tumbled from nearly 62,000 to 52,000. Europe stock 600. CBOE volatility index was last trading at 46. Now it's as high as 53. There's also chatter about the unwind of the yen carry trade. Not good. Chicago Fed president came out while avoiding commitment, says if economic conditions meaningfully deteriorate, the central bank will, quote, fix it. That's the problem. You guys have been fixing everything. Violent rotations will be here in the near term. Wolf Research believes the current market volatility will be here to stay over the coming months. Given mixed results from the Mag 7 last week, election uncertainty, and now concerns over the U.S. economic outlook, we expect these violent rotations to continue into the weaker seasonally adjusted August through October periods. Senyek warned that the market's rate cut expectations are once again getting ahead of the Federal Reserve. So that's rough. Market corrections are overdue, say some investors, and South Korea is also getting hit. So looking rough. This is more the Dow continuing to plunge. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yes, very curious on this one. Multiple brokerages all limit your ability to touch your assets. Isn't that fun? So all the people here who might want to make some real serious moves, like, you know, the big people, like the big traders with access to their, you know, root accounts where they can go in and move stuff around. The peasant traders, people like me, who don't have access to that type of stuff, we use other portfolios, right? We use other tools. So a lot of people are going to be on their apps today, like on Robinhood and on other apps, saying, let me make a trade, let me get out, let me do something, can I please touch my money? And they say no, everything gets shut down. Now I think Robinhood actually suspended trading. Somebody else, others suspended access to their accounts. But multiple brokerages, right? Everybody's trying to pile in there. What's happening to my money while everything's crashing? They all suddenly go offline, so you can't touch it. Isn't that fun? This happens a lot with crypto too. When crypto's, you know, going through the roof or something, you want to maybe move your money off of the exchanges. They make you verify a trillion different ways. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Are you sure you want to trade it? Are you sure? Yes, it's my money. Let me touch it. No, you can't. So then you can't go touch it, right? Then all behind the scenes, they're all moving their crap around, making sure their butts are covered. Then they just turn it back on. Okay, here, now you can go back onto your Robinhood. Here you go. Now you can touch your money. Isn't that fun? So it's just like the little people like us. We can't really, you know, unless you really know what you're doing, then you're cut off. So it's not looking good. Here's what Fox sounded like when they were reporting on some of this morning.
Some would call history in the mix.
Don't say that. We have never been down 1,000 points ever, not even intraday on the NASDAQ.
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Down 6% right from the get-go. This is heavy big tech. Here we go. Look at them go down. Microsoft is down $20. That's 5%. Alphabet, 5%. Meta, 6%. Amazon, 6%. Apple, 9% down. Let's pull out Apple. This is interesting.
Rough across the board. Now, the stocks that are going up these days are all of the defense stocks. I think Lockheed Martin and some of the others were at all-time highs. It may not have been Lockheed Martin, but some other one I saw was all-time highs. Because we're bracing for World War III, of course. You don't need iPhones. You need drones.